Hello friends. This is a video showing how I've replaced brake pads and rotors with little previous experience. There are probably some steps that could have been done better. This is Mitsubishi Space Star from 2017, also known as Mitsubishi Mirage in America and other countries. As a first step, I've put some pieces of wood on the other wheels just to have extra security, as I am just using a simple aftermarket jack. Then I raised the vehicle a little bit, but before the wheel raises from the floor, I've unscrewed slightly each lug nut. For extra security, I've put the car wheel below the car. Then I turned the steering wheel to make it easier to work on it. Now unscrew the slide pin bolts. Rotate it counterclockwise. Remove the bottom guide pin. Use a screwdriver to slightly retract the brake caliper piston. This allows the caliper to be removed easier. Before removing the top guide pin screw that puts something to support the caliper without being supported on the braking lines. On the other wheel, I didn't remove the top pin. I only held the caliper to keep it up during the work. Remove the old rotor and the inner brake pad. I've used a bucket to avoid messing up the floor. Here I am cleaning the brake caliper bracket and brake hardware. I am using a brake cleaner spray and a steel brush. It is also important to clean the wheel hub in order to allow the rotor to sit on it as it should. This is to avoid possible vibrations later. Here I am applying Leaky Moly 3078 that is specific to apply on brakes hardware and brake pads points where are in contact with the brake hardware and brake caliper. This is important to keep the pad sliding on the brake hardware and work properly. Here you can see the brake pad also with the paste on the correct points. Some people also like to put where the brake piston contacts with the backing plate of the brake pads. I've used Bosch brake pads. The reference is on the top right of the video. Now I will quickly clean the brake caliper and remove the external brake pad from it. As you can see with the screwdriver, it becomes a very easy step. Now you can see how easy it is to back off the brake piston. I only use my hands for it. Please note that some people advise to open the bleeder valve on this step to avoid sending contaminated brake fluid into the ABS module. I did this because I changed the brake fluid a month before, so I took the risk. I opened the brake fluid reservoir before to make it easier, but be sure that the brake fluid will not overflow. Very important tip. Please be aware that it is easy for the brake piston dust boot to be damaged if that holds air inside and is not fully retracted. Now I will install the new outside brake pad. Please be careful to be sure that it is securely properly and the two dots from the brake pad are fitted correctly on the brake caliper. Again, a screwdriver helps a lot in order to push the brake pad springs a little bit to then slide the brake pad to inside the caliper. After installed properly, you should have something as shown on the 3 pictures on the right side. Now I will clean the surface of the new rotor with brake cleaner because normally it brings a protection oil on it to keep them while stored. The new rotors are Blueprint ADC 443132. Sometimes it helps to mount it temporarily with a bolt on the wheel hub and then clean it, rotate and clean the other side. After having the rotor in place, you can use 2 nuts to hold the rotor to easily install the caliper back into its place. At this point, I will clean the sliding pins and also the sliding pins holes to remove the excess of grease. I made this process on both pins, top and bottom. Applying silicone grease specifically for the guiding pins. You should avoid applying it on the tip. Also, too much quantity is not advisable. Be aware that the top pin is different from the bottom one. Put the caliper in place. Insert the slide pins. Again, be careful that the slide pins are different. The bottom one has black pieces on it. Now tighten both slide pins, and then torque it to 44 Newton meters. Straighten the steering wheel to easily mount the car wheel. Let's check the final work to be sure that everything is well mounted. Looks good. Now from another perspective. Okay, it's all checked and looks fine. Quick clean on rim interior to be sure that it will fit completely flat. Put the car wheel back in place and use an X pattern to tighten the nuts. Do not forget to torque all the wheels on the end. This car is 98 Newtons meters. Here are some photos of the old rotors, almost on the minimum thickness. Due to some vibrations, I decided to replace the rotors too. Here you can see the old brake pads. Some are more worn than others, but the difference between them doesn't look bad. I think we can consider it normal wear. I only show the process in a wheel, but the process is the same for the other side. Please do not forget to pump the brake pedal slowly several times until you feel a firm pedal. You may want to do it twice, after changing the brakes on the first wheel and then on the end. This could help to avoid having the brake fluid overflowing the brake fluid reservoir. Hope you've enjoyed my video. Please give a thumbs up if you'd like and let me know in the comments what I could have done better. See you next time.